Georgia attorney Lin Wood is defending himself after being accused of threatening the life of Vice President Mike Pence when he suggested that Mike Pence would stand trial for treason and be subject to death by firing squad as a result of it. So let's talk about the legal implications of this after we look at the facts. Here we go. Daily Caller says, Secret Service is aware of Lin Wood's threats against Pence on Parler. That's what stemmed this. And Lin Wood responds by saying he's confident the Secret Service knows the difference between rhetorical hyperbole and a threat of imminent harm. And then he goes on to talk about Parler being shut down very soon, which it will, although they have pledged to come back. They just need to get off of Amazon's system because Amazon, Apple, and Google are uniting to throw Parler off of the internet because capitalism in big tech is dead. That being said, he also suggests that the use of rhetorical hyperbole is not unlawful. One of the punishments for treason is the use of a firing squad. That punishment can only be administered by law enforcement, not civilians. Okay, so Lin Wood is breaking down several legal issues, and for the most part, he's doing it correctly. There's some nuance that's always lost in the law when you try and distill it down to a tweet or a parlay, because thousands and thousands of pages have been written on these subjects, but you're limited to a couple hundred to maybe 1,000 characters like you are on Parler. Okay, so what's going on here? Did he threaten Vice President Mike Pence? In short, no, of course not. He can't threaten Mike Pence. He's not a law enforcement official. He is not anyone who would be in control of treason charges or a treason trial against Mike Pence. What he is doing is he's using this sort of statement, this shocking statement, hyperbolic statement about Mike Pence being charged for treason and then subject to death to express dismay or dissatisfaction with a public official, which I must remind everybody because we're entering an age. We're entering a new age of solid government power and a boot on the neck of free speech that suggests that we cannot express dissatisfaction with our elected officials, even though those same elected officials have been expressing their dissatisfaction with Donald Trump for 4 straight years now. We are no longer going to be allowed to do anything of the sort unless it's the right target. And in fact, I'm emphasizing the right target because those targets will be open season. Anyone on the left will be completely fine. And by the right, I mean to the right of, well, you can make up your own mind on that one. Anyway, let's talk about this, though. So he cannot threaten the use of a law enforcement process that he is not part of against Mike Pence. It would be unreasonable for anyone to think that he could make Mike Pence be subject to treason charges and therefore face death by firing squad. So that is the rhetorical hyperbole. It's rhetoric that is hyperbolic, and it's intended to elicit a response and convey a strong emotion. We use it 1,000,000% of the time, right? Like, that's an example. Obviously, we can't do that. But anyway, the other one is, the other issue that he brings up is the imminent threat. The imminent threat. So a threat, for a threat to actually be a threat, it has to be conveyed that it's imminently capable of being done. It doesn't actually have to be imminently possible, but the threatener has to intend that the person receiving the threat believes it is imminently possible. I know this doesn't make sense, but let me use a really dumb analogy to help out. If I make a finger gun and put it in my pocket and threaten to shoot you, and you don't know that in my pocket is a finger gun and not a real gun, if I'm somehow able to do it, or maybe more appropriately, if I used a mock gun, right? And I pointed a replica gun loaded with blanks that is incapable of doing any real damage to you, at you, and I threatened to shoot and kill you, and that caused you reasonable fear and apprehension because you didn't know it was a replica. Even though I would have no ability to actually kill you with the gun, I am still capable of conveying the threat. And if I'm intending to do so, like we're not friends playing some prank or something, but I'm intending to cause fear and apprehension and threaten you, then I can be guilty. Here, obviously, that's not a possibility. Lin Wood can't threaten Mike Pence with a trial for treason. Mike Pence's response would probably be, don't threaten me with a good time, and there's no reasonable vice president, no reasonable similarly situated person to Mike Pence that would find Lin Wood's words to be threatening. So Lin Wood is correct. He did not threaten Mike Pence. This is all a bunch of nonsense, and it's part of the ongoing and escalating attack on the right. It's coming on social media and in mass media, and they are unified in thought, and they are unified on this entirely. So, and don't look to your politicians to rewrite the laws or change anything to save you. They have no interest in saving you when it only benefits themselves. But that's what we've got for today. We'll talk to you soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, comment. I said comment twice because it's that important. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about what Lin Wood said. Tell me what you think about Mike Pence. Is the mainstream media or alt media or tech, what are they? Are they after everyone on the right? I tend to think so, but I want to know what you think. Talk to you soon. Peace. Peace.